Today in my planner lettering series, I'm going to be talking about lettering in an Erin Condren horizontal planner. Lettering in a horizontal style planner gives you a little bit more freedom than a vertical style planner because you have more space horizontally. So I'm going to actually be using a Papermate Inkjoy Gel 0.7 tip today, which is thicker than the one I used in the vertical planner, because since you have more space, you don't have to use a super narrow tip like this Pilot G2, because you have a little bit more room for error with more space. Looking at some of my old layouts in the Erin Condren horizontal, you'll see that I use lettering all over the place and that I can use it in a way that fills up a lot of space. The thing that I found with it is that if you are busy in your week and you have your stuff put in and you have a big open space, it's really easy to fill that with lettering. Like here, I had to go shopping for pants for my son and it looked like I had a little bit of extra space that day. So I just went in and added the pants party because it was a good spot for lettering. But you could see in here that you have a lot of space to get creative with your lettering in the Erin Condren horizontal. I'm going to show a couple of things that I like to do in this style of planner. One thing I like to do is write along the bottom to highlight something going on that day that's a big deal. You can get, big with your fonts because you have the extra room to expand. So sometimes if it's a birthday or something, you could use the bottom to put so-and-so's birthday and write it across the bottom before you do any other planning in your horizontal for that day. And so you're basically structuring your day around the lettering that you put in the first place. Now notice I'm being super sloppy with this. It's mostly because I am just showing as an example, so it doesn't have to be super fabulous. But see, you add this in for a big event that day, and I spelt birthday wrong. Of course I fucking spelt birthday wrong. It's my birthday. Anyhow, so you put this in the bottom, spelling it right, of course, and then you can go and fill in the rest of your plans on the top. You can use the same principle for doing something like to fill up a block vertically. And you can use the same kind of concept as the vertical planner where you keep it kind of narrow. But that way you can put this in ahead of time. And then, again, just sloppy slop, spelling things wrong, writing sloppy. Today is the hot mess lettering tutorial. I hope you all enjoy my failure. But you put that in ahead of time here, and then you can do all of your planning on this side. So that's two kind of cool ways to go in with lettering before doing anything else. And then if you have a day where you don't have anything really planned, you can always go across it. Like let's say you're gonna go swimming that day. You can just go across quite big and then add shading to the letters and whatever else to the letters. But you can use the lettering to fill a big space, and that also works really well. Now I'm gonna show you a few examples from stuff I've done before, because I found that with horizontal planning and horizontal lettering, I discovered that I was actually doing most of my lettering after making plans rather than ahead of time, and I was just using it to take up some of the extra space or make it look pretty rad. So for example, here was a day I was driving, so I laid down road washi tape and then wrote across the top. For our anniversary day, I added that across like I did with the idea with my birthday. I added this in first, and then I wound up putting in the extra stuff that I needed. Here's a day where we got back from traveling and I knew I wasn't going to do much that day. So like that swim I showed earlier, I just filled the day up with relax because I was like, screw this shit. I'm not going to do anything else that day. But then you have a day like this right below it where I had hella shit to do because I had just gotten back from traveling. So I put in all the crap I had to do, And then I had this little space left, so instead of slapping down a laundry sticker, I decided to add a little bit of lettering just to, you know, make it look pretty neat. You can also see that the horizontal does well with doodling. I did it here with this little llama. I did it here with this barbecue. And then you have some days where you have a few things to do. And I just went in, I put my stickers in, and then I filled the space up with the few things that I needed just using different styles. Really, for lettering in your horizontal, the sky is the limit. You can decide whether you're going to be the kind of person who lays your stuff down, like your stickers. Like when I was playing in my horizontal, I did all of my to-dos on the sides, and then I went in and added other stuff, and then I would add lettering. I would work as I went along. This is actually making me want to go back to my horizontal for a week and test it out. So maybe I'll do that next week. That could be a thing. Who knows? The point I'm trying to make is that in the horizontal planner, you have a lot more freedom of lettering, like laying down washi, lettering under it, adding it for special occasions, taking up lots of extra space when you have stuff going on. It's a really good way to make your planner look hella fancy with using some of the skills. And these don't even have to be that fancy of lettering. Like you can see here, I've just done some like kind of like this kill all the things, this roast hella veggies. Neither of those I spent too much time on. I just used some of the principles of the things I show in the Llamas Love Lettering lessons. And then I would go and just throw in some stuff and not even take too long. But because of the way the planner is laid out, it can look a lot more patchworky rather than linear the way that a vertical planner does. For somebody who loves to letter and doodle, horizontal planning can be a lot of fun. I hope that you got something out of this. I know this was kind of disjointed, but it's really difficult for me to talk about lettering in the Erin Condren horizontal when I'm not actually planning in it. So maybe what I'll do next week is try a week in the horizontal again, and I will connect that to this series, maybe. That's my hope. We'll see how it goes next week. But I like going back through this, it's making me miss it, so who knows. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I will catch you next time.